Yes, friends, we already started with the last model, that is the moving load. So, using the impedance line diagram, how best we can calculate the maximum effect of the moving load at any location when a series of the loads are moving. That already we have discussed in the last class. Of that, the three important categories of the problems that he asks in the examination. First one is of how to calculate a series of loads. A girder is given to you, or a beam is given to you, having any span say is equal to 20 meter. A series of a train of those are called as the train of the concentrated loads. Say 1, 2, 3, 4 loads. Most probably we have discussed in the last class. 4 loads are moving, 3 or 4 loads with a given amount of the magnitudes of the loads, different magnitudes of the loads, say 80 Newton, 100 Newton, 120 or something like that, and 60 Newton, with a gap between them as 2 meter, 3 meter or something like that. He wants, last time we have seen, he wants the maximum value of bending moment at a given point under the given loading. This is one category of problem. What he wants is category 1. He wants maximum bending moment, maximum BM under a given load. Under a given load. How to attempt it? Last time I have discussed it. As this happens to be very important, once again I am giving the hint to you. What you need to do is first say this beam is given to you. The span of the beam is 20 meter. He wants the maximum bending moment. He wants the maximum bending moment at a distance is equal to 8 meter from one of the end. Say here he wants the maximum bending moment. First what you need to do is you need to calculate the position of the resultant. First step is calculate the position of the resultant from one of the end. How to calculate the position of the resultant is known to you. Say 80, 100, 120, then 60. Like this, the 4 loads are there. The gaps between them are known to you. Say 2, 3 and 2 meter. He want where is the result position of the resultant from say A. If you want, what you are doing, you have studied it in the previous class. You take the moment about the point A. Resultant of all these forces, all the forces are vertical. You can replace it with a single force. Magnitude of that single force is equal to 200, 300, 360 kilonewton, right? That first you calculate the moment of all these forces about say the point A. If you are calculating it from A, what you are going to get? The position of the resultant as, yes, take the moment about the point A, then you are going to get 80 into 0, 80 multiplied by 0 plus 100 multiplied by 2 plus 100 multiplied by 2 plus 120 multiplied by 5 plus 120 multiplied by 5 plus 60 multiplied by 7 plus 60 multiplied by 7. That is moment of all these forces from the point A divided by the total of all these forces. Total of all these forces is equal to, yes, is equal to 220, 300, 360 divided by 360. This number you are going to get. Say you got this number. Imagine that you got this number as 2.8. The meaning of that one is the resultant of all these forces. Resultant of all these forces is at a distance of, resultant of all these forces is at a distance of, yes, 2.8. From here it is 2.8. This distance is 2.8. What is the meaning of this one? From here it is located at a distance of, this is 2 means 0.8 here. Now if you want the maximum bending moment under the 100 kilonewton, what you just have to enlarge this one now. Yes, 100 kilonewton is here and resultant is here. Gap between them is equal to 0.8. Now get the center of this particular point. The center of this point, midpoint, is 0.8 divided by 2. That is nothing but the 0.4. Now this center point must coincide with the point where you want the bending moment, maximum bending moment. It's all right. What he want is maximum bending moment under this 100 kilonewton at this point. If you want it, what you need to do is first you calculate the center of gravity of this loads, resultant position of the load. That resultant position and the 100 newton, whatever 100 kilonewton, whatever the distance is there, that divided by 2 will be the point of focus. That point must be brought to the point where you want the maximum bending moment. This is one category of problem. Imagine that you want 120 kilonewton load, maximum load under 120 kilonewton. At that time, what you are doing? Again, you are calculating the resultant. As this distance is equal to 0.6, 0.8, this distance will become equal to, total is 3, means 2.2. So whatever this 2.2 is there, you divide into two parts. Midpoint of it is nothing but 1.1. Therefore, you adjust the load in such a fashion that this 120 kilonewton is at a distance of 1.1. Once if you fix the position of 120 kilonewton, rest of all the positions are fixed. You can better understand it by considering an example. See here. Here I am considering an example. The load system shown in the figure crosses a girder of 25 meter. A girder, the span is equal to 25 meter span with 120 kilonewton leading. Load system he has given. He has given you the 4 loads. Remember here, whatever the order and the distance he is giving the loads, that you are not supposed to change. One behind the other, these loads are moving, like 120 kilonewton first, and back of it 160 kilonewton, and back of it again 160 kilonewton, and one more 160 kilonewton behind it. Is it all right? Determine the value of maximum bending moment under leading 160 kilonewton. Under the leading 160 kilonewton means he wants the maximum bending moment at this point. Here the problem will be of usually 3 categories. One is determine the maximum bending moment under the given load. Second category of problem is determine the maximum bending moment at a section. Third one is determine the absolute maximum bending moment at any section. Maximum bending moment under a given load is given. Under this load, where will be the what and where will be the maximum bending moment. Second category is he will give you the section the loads are moving and what is the maximum bending moment at that particular section. 99% of the cases, the problems in the university exam will be of that particular category only. Anyhow, this is there in the syllabus that we need to study. Here you want the maximum bending moment under 120 kilonewton. What is the procedure? Overall procedure I will tell you. First, you calculate the center of gravity of this load, where exactly the resultant is acting. Then that resultant, you need to find the center point of that resultant and the load. Here he is asking 120 kilonewton maximum. Under 120 kilonewton means you calculate the resultant position of the load, and whatever the center point is there, this center point must be kept at the center of the beam to get the maximum bending moment under the 160 kilonewton. Like that, if you ask the maximum bending moment under this 120 kilonewton, 160 kilonewton, again what you need to do, see what is the gap between the resultant of this load and the 160 kilonewton. Whatever this gap is there, you divide into two parts. Whatever center point you are getting, that center point must be kept exactly above the uh, center of the beam to get the maximum bending moment. Yes, now I will explain step by step. First, he is asking maximum bending moment under the leading 160 kilonewton, means the load which is ahead. If the load moves like this is the leading and this is the lagging load, like that. It's all right, means the load moves like this. If he says the load is moving like this, then this will be the leading 60 kilonewton, 160. Usually, by default, we are taking from the left to the right, unless and until it has specified, the load will move from the right to the left, like that, right? So, okay, first, what is the first step? Find the position of the load. To find the position of the load for maximum bending moment under the given 160 kilonewton, we need to, as I told you, first you calculate the position of the resultant. Yes, position of the resultant I am calculating it from A. For that I am taking the moment from the A. Is it all right? Moment from A means 120 multiplied by 0. Then 160 multiplied by 2. This gap is given as 2 meters. See there in the given problem. 2 meter, 2 meter and 2 meter. Yes, 160 multiplied by 2. Again this 160 multiplied by 4 and this 60 multiplied by, yes, 6. 120 multiplied by 0, 160 multiplied by 2, 160 multiplied by 4, 160 multiplied by 6, divided by the total load, that is 60 plus 160 plus 160 plus 120, the total. It's all right. If you divide it, you will get the 2.64 meter. What exactly the meaning of this one? The resultant of all these loads is at a distance of 2.64 from this end. Can you guess? We are interested maximum bending moment under this load. Therefore, where that resultant is from this load, from here it is 2.64, means from here, from this load, it is lying towards the left at a distance of 0.64. This is what the resultant load is. So I have marked the same thing here. 160, from 160 it is lying at a distance of, resultant is lying at a distance of 0.64. 0.64. Therefore divide it into two parts. Midpoint of this 0.64 is 0.32 from 160 kilonewton or 0.32 from the resultant. We know 160 kilonewton. From 160 kilonewton it is at a distance of 0.32. Now you pick the load. You pick this load and put the load in such a fashion that this 160 kilonewton is at a distance of 0.32 from the center of the beam. Where is the center of the beam? Total is 12.5. So see here. Yes, this total distance is 12.5 and I need to put this leading 160 kilonewton. Rest all will get automatically adjusted. Once it picks up the position of one of the load, automatically all three positions will be fixed. So this is leading 160 kilonewton. This distance is 0.32. This distance is 0.32. Therefore, you can pick up the position of all loads. If it is at 0.32 from the center, this will be at a distance of how much? 2.32, as this distance is fixed. If this is 0.32 and the total is how much? 1.2 meter. Then what is the distance of the other load from the center? 160. What is the distance of this load from the center? 1.68 plus 2, that is 3.68. Like that, you calculate the relative position of all other loads. The same thing has been marked here. See, here it is 1.68 and 2 and total is 12.5. Therefore, this 60 kilonewton from one of the support is at a distance of 8.85. Are you getting from where I got this 8.85? Just see here the geometrical calculation. This distance is 1.68 and the total is 12.5. Is it okay? 12.5. Therefore, what is this distance? 12.5 minus 1.68 minus 2. 12.5 minus 3.68 is nothing but 8.85. Right? Like that. What is the distance of this 160 from this end? Is equal to, total is 12.5. 12.5 minus 1.68 will give you 10.85. Is it okay? You got the position of this load. Now this is 12.5 total. It's all right. Like that, you know this distance is 0.32. This distance is 0.32. And total is how much? 12.5. Therefore, you can get this distance. What is this distance from the support? Is equal to 12.5 minus 0.32 is nothing but 12.18. Like that, you can get the position of 120 kilonewton here. 120 kilonewton is located at a distance of, indirectly what I want to say is, once if you pick up this particular position of the load, position of all other loads are fixed. This load you are putting at a distance of 0.32 from here, and rest all positions you need to fix as shown in the figure. If that much is done, the rest is bit easy for you, right? Now you know. First, I am interested to draw the bending moment diagram. Where I want to calculate the bending moment. I want to calculate the bending moment at center, as there the bending moment is maximum. Now, you know the influence line diagram for bending moment at the center. What was it? Just like in the previous class I explained to you, if you are considering a beam of length is equal to L, and if you want the bending moment at any distance A from one of the end, from the other end, assuming the distance is B, what is the bending moment here? Yes, A into B divided by L. This has been explained in the previous class for the influence line diagram for bending moment at any section. The same thing I am doing here. I want the bending moment diagram here. First you calculate the bending moment ordinate here. That is 12.5 into 12.5 divided by 25. L by 2 into L by 2 divided by L. That comes out to be 12.5 into 12.5 divided by 25 is 6.25. That is the center value. This value is 12.65 and this distance is equal to 12.5. This value is 6.25 and this distance is 12.5. This is distance is also 12.25. What is the next calculation? Anyhow, this value how I got, I have written here. Ordinate of the bending moment at the center is equal to 12.5 into 12.5 divided by 25 is equal to 6.25. 6.25. Next, you calculate the ordinate under 120 kilonewton. 120 kilonewton. Here I want, means indirectly I want what is this number. How I can get this one? See it carefully. Here it is 6.25. Go for these two similar triangles. This triangle and this triangle. Yes, this number is known to me. 6.25. This number is known to me. 12.5. 6.25 divided by 12.5 and this number is known to me 10.18. That is the similar triangle principle I am calculating. Just I will calculate this number. It appears like this. If you see the triangle, this distance is 10.18 and this distance is 12.5. Is it all right? And this number is 6.25. I want what is this number? Yes, similar triangle properties. This by this equal to this by this. Therefore, what is this number? I am calculating it. That is nothing but how much? 6.25 divided by 12.5 into 10.18. I got this number as, if you want I will write it here, 5.09 kilonewton meter. Like that I have calculated the values under 160 kilonewton. If I want, what I am doing, 6.25 divided by 12.5 into 12.18. You will get this number. That number under leading 160 kilonewton is equal to 6.09. Is it all right? Like that, you are calculating what is again this value. What is the meaning of this ordinate? Already I told you. This indicates if unit load is here, here the bending moment is this number. But actually I am putting here a load is equal to 160 kilonewton. Therefore, what is the bending moment that I can calculate? Due to 160 kilonewton. This number multiplied by 160 will give you the bending moment. Yes, like that. I am calculating this number also. So here I am calculating the ordinates of the bending moment diagram, influence line diagram at different locations. Wherever the loads are there, at all those points I need to calculate the ordinates of the bending moment. Once if I calculate the ordinates of the bending moment, I can calculate the total bending moment at this particular section due to all these loads is equal to load multiplied by the ordinate, load multiplied by ordinate, load multiplied by ordinate, load multiplied by ordinate. Yes, therefore the total bending moment for the given load positions is equal to, yes, 120 into this number 5.29, like that 160 into this number 6.09, and again 160 into 5.09, that all you have calculated here, and finally 60 into 4.425, this number is 4.425, right? The load multiplied by this ordinate will give you the bending moment at this particular location. This all we have studied in the earlier class of influence line diagrams. That application we are doing it here. Therefore, I got friends here. There is no other alternative as this happens to be the bit different chapter. Imagination is needed here. I am putting my maximum effort. Only three categories of problems are there which are repeatedly asked regarding the bending moment. Mainly bending moment, maximum bending moment to calculate, we are having some rules, and support reaction and SF. You need to understand the diagram and you need to calculate. Usually you won't ask much focus on the support reactions or the SF. You will mainly focus on the bending moment diagram. Is it this problem? Just I will repeat the summary what we did in this particular problem. First, he is asking you to get the bending moment, maximum bending moment under a load. This load he is asking. First, what we need to do? Calculate the resultant position of the resultant of all these loads and get the midpoint of the resultant and the load under consideration. That midpoint is to be attached with the center of the beam. The loads are to be kept in such a fashion that that midpoint is coinciding with the center of the beam. Once if you picks up this particular position, if you carry it, this whole system, and keep it at the center, the rest all positions of the loads are fixed. Next, as we are interested in the bending moment at the center, because of all these loads, which is maximum at the center, I need to calculate first the influence line diagram for bending moment at the center. Influence line diagram for bending moment at center. In general, at any point A from one of the support is given by A into B divided by L. Here A is equal to L by 2, B is equal to L by 2. Therefore, the maximum bending moment ordinate at the center is equal to L by 2 into L by 2 divided by 25 divided by L. That comes out to be 6.25. Next, you are calculating these numbers by using the properties of the similar triangles. By using the property of similar triangle, you are calculating those numbers. And once if you get these numbers, ordinates that we are calling it as, the load multiplied by ordinate will give you the effect at that location. Here it is the bending moment. The load multiplied by this ordinate will give you the bending moment here. You add all that effect to get the final bending moment, and it comes out to be 2665.1 kilonewton meter. Right? In the same problem, he has asked one more thing. calculate the maximum bending moment under the lagging 160 kilonewton load. Means when all these loads are moving like this, here there are two 160. Just to differentiate them, how he is naming them is, one is leading 160 and one more is the lagging 160 kilonewton, right? So that we are solving in the next page. Now for maximum bending moment under lagging 160 kilonewton means what I need to do? Calculate the position of the resultant and see where it is with respect to the lagging 160. We know already the position of the resultant is 2.64 or something, 64 from this end. Therefore, what is this gap? 0.64. And total this distance between the loads is 2. Therefore, what is this gap between the resultant and the lagging 160 kilonewton? This is 2 minus 1.64. That is nothing but 1.36. What is the principle? What is the base to get the maximum bending moment under the 160 under any load? You get the distance between that load and the resultant, picks up the midpoint and attach that midpoint with the midpoint of the beam to get the maximum bending moment. The rest all. In the earlier problem we are interested in 160. This 160 was at a distance of point, we kept it at a distance of 0.64. Here this total gap is equal to how much? 1.36. 1.36 divided by 2 is how much? 0.62. Therefore this load is to kept at a distance of 0.62 from the center on this side, and rest all positions are fixed. When this distance point becomes 0.62, what is this distance from the center? That is 2 minus 0.62. 2 minus 0.62. Like that you picks up the position of all the loads. Once it picks up the position of all the loads, what is the next step? You calculate the influence line diagram. You draw the influence line diagram for the bending moment. Draw the influence line diagram for the bending moment. As I want the influence line diagram for the bending moment at the center, how we can calculate it? That is nothing but influence line diagram. I want it at the center. That is nothing but S A B divided by L because of unit load. Yes, already I repeated it in the influence line diagram chapter and in the previous chapter, in the previous class also. What is it? General formula is, if you are having a beam with the load at a location A, you want the influence line diagram for bending moment at this point and the span is L, then the ordinate of influence line diagram here is the value of this number. Once if we get this number, whole figure is fixed in position. This number is given by W is nothing but 1 A into B divided by L. Like that here I want it at the center of the beam. Therefore this distance will become equal to 12.5. This distance will become equal to 12.5. Therefore this ordinate is equal to 12.5 into 12.5 divided by 25 is equal to 6.25. Once this number is fixed, the geometry of these triangles are fixed. Hence, using similar triangle property, you need to calculate, as we have done in the previous class. You need to calculate what is this particular ordinate. How you are doing it? First, as this is 1.32 and total is 12.5. What is this number? 12.5 minus 1.38 is equal to 11.12. Now, how to get this number? This ordinate using similar triangle properties. This distance is nothing but 11.12. Therefore, this That is 6.25 divided by 12.5 into 11.12 is equal to this number. That is similar triangle properties that I have calculated in the previous class. The same thing you need to repeat here. It's alright. How I got this 5.09? Just I need to see where this particular load is located. This load is located at a distance of 10.18 from this end. Is it alright? Earlier I was not knowing this one, but I know this one. From this, what I am doing is 6.25 divided by 12.5 into 10.18 will give you this number. Like that, you can calculate this number also. Once, if you get all these numbers, you can calculate the bending moment for given loading position as the load, say 120 multiplied by ordinate 4.56 plus 160 multiplied by 5.56, yes, plus 160 multiplied by 6.09 plus 60 multiplied by 5.29. You can see here the bending moment is indirectly under this. If this load is moving and you want to know what is the maximum bending moment created by this load when it moves from one end to the other end, combined effect of all the loadings under this load, maximum bending moment will be 2716.6, and that will occur at the center is the meaning of it. This is one category of problem, rarely asked. One more category of problem which is repeatedly asked is the maximum bending moment at a given section. Maximum bending moment at a given section. If earlier the position of the section was not given to you, indirectly, if he has not given one thing, you need to remember, always the maximum bending moment will occur at the center of the beam. If you ask the absolute maximum bending moment or maximum bending moment under the load, that time you need to you draw the influence line diagram for the bending moment at the center of the beam. Now, maximum bending moment at a given section I want now. For maximum bending moment at a given section occurs when the load crosses at a given section occurs when a load crosses the section, changes the average load on the left and changes the sign of average load on the left and right. This thing I'll explain you in detail. This happens to be the most important one in this particular chapter, which is where he is repeatedly asking a question on it. So this I'll cover in the next class. Thank you, friends.